Hey guys, what's going up? Aaron Gustafson here, or RC Conference Room. I got my HPI Savage here. This is going to be a quick little update video. Tires are really grippy, look at this. I'm lifting the table with just the tires. That's pretty cool. Anyways, this is an upgrade video that you can do for free right out of the box. Everything should be free, so I'm just going to jump right into it. One thing I want to do for better braking is you definitely want to take off the spring that's normally here and cut a piece of tubing off just a little bit longer, just barely anything longer than the stock spring that's on there. You'll definitely get a lot better braking all around. As an all-around, I mean all surfaces. I do front flips on wet grass and slippery pavement. Yeah. So another thing you're gonna want to do is instead of that big zip tie on the air filter, you want to use a smaller one. I have a red one on here. Doesn't matter what color it is. Just a smaller air filter zip tie will make it easier to go on. Another thing you're gonna want to do is see this zip tie here. You don't get this out of the box. Obviously not. What that does is this zip tie is holding these two posts together. You see. There's a pin there, and there's a pin there. 1, 2 pins. There's a pin there, and a pin there. If you have a hard enough impact, these two, let me stand up. These two posts here will spread apart, and you can lose your, there's a little chance of you losing those pins, and then your whole front or rear suspension is going to come apart. Got the same thing in the back. Another thing you're going to want to do is get a fuel line, because the stuff that comes with the HPI is just a bit too small in diameter inside. It doesn't look like it, but it's definitely just small enough to make your engine run weird if you run it with different tubing. I haven't had a problem yet, but I've heard problems like that. My friend had a Savage X, and he changed his tubing for this nitro line stuff, and it ran so much better. And I compared it. It looked like this nitro line stuff is just a bit bigger. Same thing for the exhaust. The exhaust really isn't as much of a deal. Put that on there. I can't see that. There we go. One thing you're going to want to do with this car, maybe not out of the box, but later as you go, is get a tune pipe for it. It'll definitely help starting. I've seen numerous videos on YouTube of tune pipes, whether they're the HPI or some brand I've never even heard of. They seem like they run better. They get a better noise. The reason I haven't put one on here yet is because I live in a compact neighborhood with neighbors I can throw a football over the fence to, if you get what I mean. I don't want to annoy them too much. This thing is already a little screamer out of the box, and this pipe is great for getting you started. Nothing you need to upgrade right away. Yeah. What else do we need to do? Oh, God. I don't know what else to do. This really isn't a very long video. I have to get new wheels. I cracked mine. You can't really see it. There's the crack. It's really strong plastic, though, because I can't break it by hand. Oh, there we go. Maybe you can see it better there. Cracked. As you can see on this wheel, it looks fine. And then this one looks all screwed up. It's all cracked right here. One thing I want to do out of the box is make sure all these screws are thread locked in. These ones like to come out, these back ones, and these ones here. Those ones like to come out. So make sure you thread lock them, but don't thread lock them too much. They start being a pain if you put too much thread lock on them. As you can see on the other side, I've actually stripped one out, trying to get it out. What I did with my top cover plate was it's a big hard to move around. What did I do? I CA glued this on. You can use super glue. Reason I did that is because it kept falling off on me, and this is like a big water blocker if this falls out. So if this falls out, water starts getting in here like easy. Dust and dirt starts getting here real easy. So definitely like use like a weaker glue, but I'm not going to put any upgrades on this one. Plus I got a spare one laying around. just in case I put the LED indicator on. I put a steel spur gear on here because the stock one strips so easy, especially during braking. The gear will strip almost immediately at about half tank in the break-in. I don't know why. I guess it's just the clutch engaging and disengaging and just the car sitting still. It's like, yeah. Plus, I had my brakes were on, so maybe that was it. I didn't really get it, so just watch out for that. I don't know if that's because my brakes were bad, but just make sure you watch your gear while you do your braking. Oh, here's another one. Do this a zip tie thing where you zip tie the ends on. So you put your tube on and then you just zip tie right over it. I couldn't fit one back here. I couldn't fit one on the exhaust. And I can fit one on a high-speed needle, but I like to make sure my engine's primed all the way. I don't know why. I take it off and make sure I get a solid flow. Don't really need to, but I don't want to have any problem starting it. What I do for shock oil on this car, since I'm at parts and stuff, what I do for shock oil is I use a motorcycle engine oil. It's the same thing as car engine oil, very, very similar. No difference, pretty much. Just some motorcycle oil. I use 1040, 10W40 weight oil. I have a bit of a shock problem, as you can see. Dumped a bunch of shock oil out. It's leaking a bit. The front suspension on these, on almost every Savage I've seen, is really bouncy, but the back is really, it stays so it's ride height. So you can see when I press it down, the car kind of sits back a bit. I can't get back far enough. But yeah, it sits back a bit, so it pulls in the really low wheelies. Like, it'll pull up maybe that much and just ride that wheelie. It's really nice. One more thing I want to show you, then I'm going to end this video. This is not the stock servo horn. This is actually a servo saver. You put that right on any servo as long as it's the right tooth. It's a Kimball, I think that's how you pronounce the name. Servo saver. Sorry about that. I had to get something off the camera. It makes the steering a bit better. To make your steering out of the box a lot better, you have to see that orange thing, collar thing. You can't really get a good view on it. No, but there's a servo saver in there. You'll know when you look in your manual, there's a little servo saver. You have to tighten that almost all the way down to get any steering after like your first tank or two. Otherwise, you have absolutely no steering. It's horrible. It'll steer one way, but it won't steer the other way. And then it'll just eventually just, it's on a full range, it'll only go, and then catch on. So you'll be going, and then you turn, and then your car doesn't turn. People who've been in the hobby will understand what I'm trying to say. I'm not the greatest at explaining things, but I'll get better at it. I noticed I'm missing a screw back here, so I'll have to replace that. Otherwise, the car is a great car. I totally recommend it for more experienced people. This isn't the greatest car for beginners. The engine's user-friendly, though, so far for me. I've had the car for about a month now. I only had one problem where I didn't check my idle gap and the car took off on me. That's my problem. I was kind of being too rushy to get going, so yeah. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this HPI Savage video, and I hope you watch the other videos that are going to be uploaded soon. So for more videos, subscribe, comment, rate, all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys later.